out
Thank you.
to Jim in Chicagoland.
Jim in Chicagoland. I haven't seen Jim in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, very good guy. Does his little Saturday night trivias, and then he's big into fantasy football as well. And he has like his like Wednesday nights is like the catalyst where you can just like sit around the candlelight and just talk.
Mm. Shout out to the homie, Mr. West, Joel West. He probably coming here somewhere. Jason, aka Jason, Madman. And Mike. I talked to Mike over the weekend. He says what's up. He been busy. We were talking about 293. And how much of an upside down that was. But yeah, he's doing good though. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tony and that work, man. You got morning and then you do your post joints on the fantasy football. Just talking football in general, man.
Yeah. We got a game tonight. So I'm trying to go through stuff now as I share this out.
Yeah, I got my my drops and my add-ons done, so ready to rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So we'll get into. We got a segment called just Belt Kings Fantasy Football, but we're going to talk NFL.
Glick was good.
I think
what's happening, man?
Say it again.
Click in the comment section.
Oh. Hey, what's going on, Glick? I don't want to talk Aaron Rodgers because I think that's been talked to
onion thin, thin skin.
I will just ask you, gentlemen, this discussion where they keep talking about turf. They keep talking about turf. They keep talking about yes. Thanks, Glick. I want to talk about turf.
What's up, Rich?
Oh, Fireman Rich.
Fireman Rich is in the building.
TNG starts in 12 minutes here on Twitch.
Matter of fact, I'm glad Fireman Rich is here. I know you wanted to go ahead and bring a narrative, Ted. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. It's just the issue with the turf. It's not like they haven't been talking about this forever and a day.
Yeah.
And the fact that in 2026, when the World Cup comes, they're going to remove the turf for natural grass.
Yes.
And then once the World Cup is over, they're going to replace it and put the pretty turf back down. And we could just see with the amount of injuries and all this other stuff. I was texting back with orthopedic surgeon that hopefully I can get him on here. I've had Dr. Derek Ochiai. I've had him on when we were just a small podcast. Had him on about 3 or 4 times. And he talks about youth sports. He talks about all different types of injuries and everything else like that. It's just, I don't think there's going to be any change because if it costs a lot less to manage the turf than natural grass, those owners only care about the bottom line.
I thought with the artificial turf was the better solution because you got your other stadiums, like Cleveland Stadium, Pittsburgh, all natural grass. But I mean with the other like indoor stadiums, they got the artificial turf. I thought that was a safer route. Because I know like people are happy that we got the artificial turf because beforehand when the Texans first started, like they had grass like on plates and they put the plates together for the turf. And then we had like the punter Brett Hartman got injured because his cleat got caught within the foundation of the crate turf.
Okay.
And then Wes Welker had an ACL injury because he caught the ball, and when he caught the ball, and when he took a sharp pivot, tore his knee, and like his cleat got caught on. So I guess that's when they did away with the plates, with the natural grass on top of a plate. They took that out and then replaced it with the artificial turf.
Yeah.
Or we could go old school and go back to our AstroTurf.
Guys, do you have any thoughts on turf, or are we all turfed out?
Nah, I want to jump in on this, and forgive me, Georgia, if I cut you off.
No problem. Go ahead.
AstroTurf became an issue when they was going to introduce it. Everybody was against it. They was against AstroTurf the same way they was against everybody joining the internet and being open on it when all this started back in the 90s. They were talking about how it wasn't going to be good for the players. It'll look good on the screen. It'll look good for business, but it's not going to be good on the players. And I remember complaints about it. Matter of fact, this Achilles injury that Rodgers has, apparently this injury is not new since that turf came out. Now, in retrospect, one of the reasons they did bring the AstroTurf in is because everybody would complain about how bad the field would get if it would rain. If people don't remember, Green Bay had installed a whole bunch of heating coils in their field, which made it kind of muddy in some areas and then frozen on the other, which was another issue way back in the 90s. So I don't know. Rich, I'm going to get to you right now. Hold on 1 second. I will get you. I started typing it, but since I could talk, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you live up here. So, I mean, if the players aren't down with it, I don't know how they're going to address it. I really don't. But everybody needs to remember, if you've got a regular soiled field with grass in it, if it rains, it's an issue. If it's frozen, it's an issue. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know what to tell them. These used to be the topics back in the 90s when they were talking about this. When AstroTurf first started coming out and how they were complaining about the fields with the weather. My man Rich wants our picks. I'm going to go ahead and give my picks if you all don't mind. This will not take me long. Rich, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Tonight's game, I'm taking Philadelphia. Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down in order as listed on ESPN. Taking Philadelphia for the night. Sunday's game, I'm going to take Green Bay, Buffalo. Ooh, Lord. I'll be risky. I'm going to take Cincinnati over Baltimore. Seattle and Detroit. Oh, my Jesus. I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to take the Chargers over the Titans. I don't know about Chicago and Tampa Bay. I don't know. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. God knows. I'm going to take Kansas City over Jacksonville. I'm going to take Indianapolis and Houston. Oh, my God. I'm going to take Indianapolis right now. San Francisco and the Rams. The Rams actually shook up Seattle, my understanding. But I'm going to take the 49ers. I still think they're the number 2 team in the NFC right now. I'm going to take the Cardinals over the Giants. The Jets and Dallas. I'm actually in a flux on this game. I really am. This is going to be bananas, and this is going to be a tight one in my opinion. As of right now, I'll take Dallas. I'm never going to hit the end of that one. The Commanders and the Broncos. I think I'm going to go with the Commanders. I'm going to take the Dolphins over the Patriots. And Monday night, we got 2 games. I'm going to take New Orleans over Carolina. I'm going to take Cleveland over Pittsburgh. And that'll complete my week 2 predictions. Appreciate it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
These are tough games for week 2. I would just look at those are tough games, dog.
Week 2.
Yeah, those are tough games. Dallas and the Jets right now, based on what they did last weekend, that's a good game right there. That's a good game lined up. And nobody, the Cowboys are highly favored over the Jets. I don't think anybody can say that this time.
That is a good game.
The missus is telling me to be patient. Yeah. Shout out to the missus. Shout out to Fireman Richard's wife, man. She trips me out. She trips me out.
All
Go
right.
get what you got, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, man.
Pick?
AstroTurf.
Oh, the AstroTurf?
Yeah, the AstroTurf.
Yo, man, it's like this, man.
I see you.
You're gonna try your best to make things safe. No matter what you do, though, injuries are gonna happen.
Right.
The best thing you could probably do is either you bring back AstroTurf or you could bring the natural turf, but then Mother Nature could come in and mess all that up.
Facts.
I would say use the Astro or the natural turf because it makes it easy on a nice day. You know what I mean? To go ahead and play, get your traction really. You know what I mean? But if humidity come out, you get some dew and stuff like that, it messes up with traction. You know, things happen. You got to plant your feet. So it's either make the little change or you try to deal with it, but you got to play it kind of safe. Because I know when folks plant, you planting in to either stop a block, take off to run. Yo, things snap like that, man. And that's something that some people got to understand. You don't know in your takeoff or just you trying to do something. Achilles. That's what we just seen with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And J.K. Dobbins.
Dudes tear their hamstrings and then their ligaments just running, just on the takeoff. So it's going to be you know what I mean? It's an upside down when you're talking about that type of situation. You're going to do what you can do for the safety, but it's going to tend to happen, man. Regardless of what happened, those injuries are going to flare up. So,
you know, like if they decide to do like artificial turf, they should just like have the turf be the color of like the team. You know, like how Boise State that blue turf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that'd be a good improvement. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Throw a little change up right there. It says keeping
Change
it all
it.
bling.
Yeah.
All right. My pick for tonight's game. Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Yeah, you gotta take Philly, man.
You got to take Philly. You got to take Philly. Hey,
Yeah. I mean, like, even though they lost the Super Bowl, but however, though, the momentum that they got now, the motivation that they got now, especially like Jalen Hurts playing like a madman.
yes.
So he's got a chip on his shoulder.
I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. I just and I don't want to take it down this road, but Brian and I talk a lot about this offline. We always talk about cancel culture and everything else like this. I was never ever so happy to see this person back on TV. Back on Undisputed, back on the big noon All Football. And here's just a quick clip of what we've been missing this guy for the last 8 months.
Listen to everybody. Nobody believes in you. Are you prepared to do about it? Don't let anyone come into your house. Take your meal. Do what you need to do today. I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you. It's not at all.
Gotta love him, man. Gotta love him.
Just a bona fide fool. But he's good to see. And, you know, and you hate to see this, but Michael Irvin has money. He was able to file a lawsuit against the Marriott Hotel and their employees.
Yep.
$400 million. He was taken off of both of his jobs for 8 months.
Has it been that long?
Dude, he got taken off his job in February because it was for Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
It was Super Bowl, yeah.
Mm.
It was. It was Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
had all
and it's
these
just-
gigs
just-
lined up. Yep.
7 months, yeah.
You're getting paid. He was getting a big check from ESPN, getting a check from NFL Network, and poof, just like that.
Over
Yeah.
a false accusation or
Crazy. Yeah.
messed up evidence, all that. Yeah, I'm with you. It was good to see him back on
Yeah.
the screen. It's needed. He got done wrong, especially when people's like, nah, he didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? There was
You
that
had
was-
people there screaming he didn't do anything,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy. And once again, I know we beat up Disney, and I know we beat up ESPN every week, but they actually deserve it this week because you know what? They didn't stand behind him, and we know. Yes, Michael Irvin has a history.
Yeah.
You know, it's documented, but
Yeah.
they didn't stand behind him.
No.
So he took his dollars to a high price attorney, legal team, and
one.
they settled. So I don't know if he's going to get the full 100 million. You know, if they settled, maybe it's 20, 25 million, maybe more.
I mean, it's got settled. It got handled. That's been what I'd be like, all right,
Right.
we'll call it a
And he's
day.
back on TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Success. He's back on
I-
TV. He's
I-
back employed, and the situation's resolved. I agree with you.
Yeah, I get disappointed with companies though. It's just like instead of just kind of like, okay, well, let's just wait, let's get all the information,
Yeah.
let's get all the information that we can. Let's reassess. Let's go on. Let's hear all party sides of what's going on. But the moment like a slight little thing comes out, oh, we're terminating. I'm like really, you guys didn't give me a chance to like defend myself or ask me like what's going on, what do I remember or whatever.
Right.
That's why it's like it's best to be wait and see versus
Yeah.
like acting on impulse.
You pressing the panic button. Yeah.
Because when you press that panic button, all of a sudden, then the company's gonna look bad regardless. I mean,
Right.
whether it's false or not, but it's like at least wait till you get all the information together, and then have like an official decision. Then you could go ahead and say, yeah, we did it. But if you're just gonna go ahead and jump the gun, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, yeah, we're sorry. Can you come back? I don't want to come back.
Right.
Because if he was petty, he could be like, "Yo, you guys fired me on the false pretenses, man."
Right.
Yeah.
You turn around and hey Sadie, how you doing? He
Say,
could
how you doing?
really
Hey.
quickly he could have filed a lawsuit against NFL Network.
Yeah.
On the real.
You know, it's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy. Hey, on Bell Kings on Sunday,
Yes.
I just want to give a brief review of the YouTubeified Sunday package.
Mhm.
And also I got a story on the story itself dropped and it got aggregated also with the London game that's coming up October 1st.
Mhm.
Disney Plus, ESPN Plus are going to do a Toy Story version of an NFL football game. So once again, we saw it with Nickelodeon. Disney is going that route too because they're doing, they got a shill. You got a shill for younger viewers.
Mhm.
Because before, you don't want to be like baseball where your median age is 57 years old. And then what happens to those people? We know what happens to those people,
Exactly.
so they got to get younger, and that's why they're going digital and everything else.
Yeah.
You gotta make room for the younger viewers. I agree with you.
You do.
Absolutely.
Glick sent a message and it said Cleveland is fixing to act like a damn fool in Pittsburgh, and he's going to be right behind the Steelers bench acting like a fool as well.
They
I'm
are.
just gonna go
Cleveland.
ahead. Hang on. I'm going to say a non-disclaimer here because Pittsburgh, like every other business, they have the right to refuse service. If you're too hairy, you cannot attend the game. I'm sorry. So Glick, he's better off tailgating.
Ooh.
Oh.
He's better off tailgating because they had Pittsburgh has standards, and if you're too hairy, you can't enter.
Oh,
Ooh.
shoot.
Shots fired. Shots
Oh
fired.
shoot!
Oh.
I didn't say
Grenades.
that, and I'm a
With
Steelers fan.
grenades,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, and I'm a Steelers fan. But even I know we're gonna get whooped on Sunday, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
Joe, before we go to you, I will say the game with the Niners and Steelers, I was pulling for the Steelers.
I was too.
I was pulling for them, and then all of a sudden it just got blown out the frame.
Yeah, man. It
Mr. B,
did.
what's going on? What's going on this weekend? I see your background. September 16th, the Mexican Independence Day.
Word.
What's happening this weekend?
Mexican Independence Weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It's times like this where I'm happy to be a fight fan. And fights we get 3 boxing events. We get 1 big MMA event. There's a couple other MMA events that are happening around this weekend between LFA, I think 166, Octagon, that's on the Zone, and KSW. If you like to watch on Fight TV, that's on Saturday. So is Octagon. The LFA is on Friday at 9 p.m. on UFC Fight Pass. If you have a subscription, go tune into that. But there's a lot of boxeo. Boxeo, yes indeed. There are 3 events I mentioned. There is an event though on Tuesday as well. So I'm gonna get into this real quick. Now, the first event will be on Top Rank ESPN on Friday at 8 p.m. Live from Corpus Christi, Texas. There's a large Latin American base out there, fan base, community, as I said. As Luis Alberto Lopez will be facing Joet Gonzalez for the IBF World Featherweight title. Lopez is 28-2. Gonzalez is 26-3. Very good fight here. Xander Zayas, who picked up a win and continues his undefeated streak, will be fighting Roberto Valenzuela Jr., who's 21-4. For the NABF, NWBO, NABO Super welterweight titles. That's the North American Boxing Organization title and the North American Boxing Federation titles. The rest of the card is pretty solid. You're going to get a couple Latin American fighters. A lot of those of Mexican descent will take place, as I mentioned, live in Corpus Christi, Texas. Now, the other card that will be on the Zone on Friday at 9 as well will be brought to you by Matchroom Boxing, the Zone. Prelims will be on YouTube for free. Main card starts will be on the Zone. Live in Tijuana, Baja California, the man Angel Fierro, who is 21-1-2, will be facing Brian Zamaripa for the WBO NABO lightweight title. Co-main event there is Erica Cruz, 15-2-0, will be defending her WBA Continental America's female featherweight title against Melissa Odessa Parker. Odessa Parker is 6-1. Something that people don't know about Odessa Parker. Odessa Parker not only fights as a pro boxer, but also as a pro mixed martial artist. The girl got hands, but not that many fights though. She's 6-1, as I mentioned, in boxing. So we'll see how this turns out. Sabrina Perez, who's 18-1-1, will be fighting Sky Nicholson, who shows up on a lot of the UK cards. She's on the rise, pretty solid fighter, super skilled for a girl her age. Fighting for the interim WBC World Female Featherweight title. The rest of this card is also decked out with a lot of folks of the represent Mexico. So that's cool. Now, there's Showbox. Showbox, live on Showtime. Got the Friday card at 10 o'clock, live in San Antonio. As a man by the name of Rafael Pedroza, 15-0, will be fighting Ramon Cardenas for the WBA Continental Americas Super Bantamweight title. Ramon is actually coming out of a fight earlier this year where he won against Rodrigo Guerrero by the second round. Good stuff. Rest of the card, pretty solid. Well, not, yeah, it's pretty solid with some upcoming talent. It's a Showbox card. You know, you don't invest a lot in the Showbox card, but you see nice young talent there. So, it's all right. And then you got William Zepeda versus Mercito Gesta. That will be taking place on Saturday at 9 p.m. on the Zone, in part with Golden Boy Promotions. Oh, and live in Commerce, California. De La Hoya, man.
De La Hoya.
That guy disgusts me, man.
Stop
The
it.
undefeated William Zepeda, the monster, man, that lurks in the lightweight division, will be fighting Mercito Gesta, who's 34-3-3. Victor Morales Jr. fights in the co-main, who's undefeated at 18-0, one draw, against Edwin Palomares, who's 19-4-2. My fault. For the WBA Intercontinental Featherweight title. The rest of this card, kind of weird because you got a guy who's 3-0 facing somebody who's 24-10-2. But boxing be throwing you those what the hell sometimes. But there's also another fight on this card by the name of Yorcasta Vale, who's 28-2. Fighting Maria Santizo, who's 11-3 for the IBF and WBO World Female Flyweight titles. So that's cool. But there's an MMA fight. UFC Noche. UFC is representing for the Latin community. There's strong lady, one of the female fighters that they've been backing this girl for like a decade now. Her and her training partner, Irene Aldana, Alexa Grasso. She currently beat Valentina Shevchenko earlier this year. They're going to be fighting a rematch in the headliner, the main event, 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC flyweight title. Kevin Holland fights Jack Della Maddalena in a top 15. Kevin Holland, rangy, pretty skilled. Jack Della had a rough fight his last fight, but came out with the win. Super skilled on the feet. Boxing skills, man. He's up there with boxing skills and MMA. The young man, Raul Rosas Jr., the youngest fighter in the UFC right now at 18 years old, will be facing Terrence Mitchell. And bantamweight, there you go. This young man by the name of Daniel Zellhuber out of Mexico. The last name throws me off too. He is Mexican though. He faces Christos Giagos. Pretty nice fight there. Long rangey young cat. Giagos hard-nosed veteran. Also of Greek descent. Man's nice though. Rest of the card, pretty nice fights here, man. Pretty nice fights. And we got a girl from the Contender Series who didn't make it to the Contender Series, managed to get on this card though. And so she'll be facing Marek Mann. Other than that, there's Tracy Cortez versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. Number 14 versus number 15, if I remember correctly, in the women's flyweight division. But other than that, rest of these fights, pretty damn solid. Good representation of the Mexican culture. That's it, man.
So that's it.
Boy.
Yeah, and then we got that merger, UFC, WWE merger completed. We're all here in TKO. Yeah, that's all that happened.
So TKO equals WWE plus UFC.
Yes, sir.
So Vince K. McMahon sold, I think he's the fourth. He's either the third or the fourth. He sold controlling entrance in his company.
Yes, sir.
And who is still in control of the WWE?
Nobody in the McMahon family is in control as of, I think it was Monday night's episode.
Yes, as of
They
right
said
now,
no McMahon is in charge for the first time ever.
as of right now, Nick Khan is the head.
Yes, for
Is the
first time
CEO.
ever.
Yes, the man who was doing all the work, all of the setups for the negotiation for TV
Yes.
deals and all
Yes.
this stuff, and load management, you want to call it, for the WWE.
Yes.
He's the guy who is now the president. Yes.
So, but Vince McMahon is a member of on the board of TKO, correct?
Yes, indeed.
So, and he's still involved with creative, even though Triple H is creative.
He's still
McMahon
Triple
can
H-
walk in at any given time and change the script, right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
He could,
Keeps us in the loop, yeah.
he could, but I don't think he will be
Okay.
as much. Not as much. I think he's leaving Triple H, William Regal, and if Sean's in the mix, the Road Dogg and them, to do the creative and work those things out there. Yeah.
So they combined to become a $21 billion organization.
Crazy, right?
Billion.
21
Vince was barely able to break $1 billion for the past 20 years.
Ain't that
You see what
nuts?
he did? He
Yo,
would
that
always
is
he would be
crazy.
a certified billionaire. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have $1 billion because every time he did the XFL, he would dump so much into it.
Yeah.
For a return.
They
And
lost.
they
Yeah.
called him out for that. They said he was a paper billionaire. He wasn't a real billionaire. Now he done finally did it. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at him. I'm
Well,
not.
and-
He
Oh
never
no,
did
not mad. I think it's a
He
great,
stuck to his
great.
guns. He fought everybody, including the government, when they tried to come after him. I'm not mad at him. You went from
Well-
barely being a billionaire to have 21 billion. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and retire to hell with all y'all.
Yes, the craziest thing about it. The XFL, the losses on the WWE network,
Yes.
trying to get that push to China.
Yes.
Bro,
All that.
21 billion?
All
21
that.
billion
12 billion.
combined.
Now he's 12 billion of that, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
12
yes.
plus billion.
Well, I
And
mean,
12,
he was
he's
barely
12
over
billion.
the
Yeah, he's 12 billion.
yeah, but he took a hit though when they went from the Attitude Era to the PG era because Linda McMahon got into politics, so they had to clean it up a little bit.
Well, she was keeping the brand alive too. They was all fighting.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
but like all the matches that we were so used to watching that got taken away, and it got more like these little fluffy, family friendly storylines and stuff like that. So yeah, he took a hit, but during that Attitude Era, that was at the height.
That was their peak. I agree with you.
Yeah,
That
they
was their
made
peak
money.
after the WrestleManias. They had the pay-per-views, which would be their highlights. But when that Attitude Era came in, then the Monday Night Wars, that was the
Yeah.
peak of WWE,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Ever.
Vince made his
Ever.
money.
You never
Straight
really
up.
quite. But you know what it is that really hurt him in the end, though? No competition.
No real competition.
I tend to disagree, and I'll say that because of the Monday Night Wars. That was his
Well,
No, I'm talking about after.
after
I'm talking about
after 2001, yeah.
AEW was doing good in the beginning. Everybody wanted to see something different and needed something different. AEW was good, but I could see Vince already sitting back. I'm just going to wait. Matter of fact, when we all first met, JoJo, when we was all talking, I think I brought that up back then. I said, AEW, I got no complaints against their product. None. AEW is excellent wrestling. However, WWE storylines between the Attitude Era and then SmackDown being the world's most dangerous soap opera, nobody has defeated that. Nobody. And when they said the world's most dangerous soap opera, I said, that's it. They about to buy everybody.
And what in the world's happening? What in the world's happening with AEW?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just there isn't any excitement. Well, we got to look at what AEW, and If I cut you off, Jojo Brown, my bad.
No. You're absolutely where
You're
you
good.
going is actually going to be great.
AEW, there isn't a damn thing wrong with it, but they're pretty much bringing in the new talent, and they're just going straight to wrestlers. It's not about the storyline. You got to work on your skills. You got to work on being entertaining. You got to work on becoming a champion. And I actually respect what they're doing. I haven't really watched wrestling for real the past year or two. I've been watching it for over 30 years. So I'm tired. I'm about tired like Vince. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be very hard for you to impress any of us who ever watched wrestling in the 90s and the early 2000s. You will not beat. If you could beat Monday Night Wars, you'll get our money. Good luck.
Yeah.
If
But-
you could
but-
beat the Attitude Era, you'll get our money. Good
But
luck.
also-
SmackDown didn't even last that long. It came on and it was crunk and it was hype, and then everything started going back to Raw. And then everything started being the same. And now we are just sitting there watching. I mean, the pandemic changed it up because they put the TV screens in the audience.
Yeah.
And you could put your name in the hat to log in to be one of those audience members on the screens. That might have been the last real great change. Now you're doing the second, third, and fourth generation wrestlers. I do respect that. I love seeing the second, third, fourth generation wrestlers coming in there and doing their thing. I think that's pretty dope. That lets you know that as fake as everybody swore the sport was, their kids are getting in it. Their kids are becoming champions. Their kids are in the game. Hell, their kids even getting in movies. I give you Randy Orton, third generation wrestler. He's in movies. You may not like all of them, but damn it, he's in there. The Rock has taken over and surpassed Hulk Hogan. Stone Cold was on the way, but he paused a little bit. Stone Cold was on the way to be a movie star. Him and The Rock would have been ridiculous as movie stars. As a matter of fact, right now, it's about The Rock and it's about John Cena. Both of them killing Hollywood right now. And WWE has its own movie production company. Some of these movies you all are watching, a couple of movies The Rock was in with WWE Productions.
Don't forget Dave Bautista too.
But thank you. Batista's another one, yeah, because he's all good with the Marvel universe. I mean, come on. Vince should have been had his billion, multiple, to the point where he's at now. 21 billion. It's him and the kids and probably the wife. They split that up for whatever. They got $5 billion a piece. What? They're working on being what? The Walmart, like a Walmart shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be real. Pardon my language.
But I mean,
We took
but
over
also-
every major sports entertainment company. You just combined with the UFC. It's nothing but uphill from here.
yeah.
Still. That's all I got. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Please.
No, I mean, but like with AEW though, I mean, like I like their approach where you have more matches than you do skits, because sometimes them skits go like 20, 30 minutes long, and
I
it gets
agree.
bland. It's like, really, I just wasted 30 minutes of just hearing you guys talk. Where when WCW was around, you had more action, and people like that. And then what was really good was, with more action, more guys in the locker room got more ring time, versus in
Which is what they
WWE.
wanted.
In WWE, you got talent that's been sitting in catering for like 4 or 5 months,
Right.
and you're like, "What happened? Are they injured?" Like, no, they just got no. They don't have nothing for them. But it's like, if you just limit the skits, have more matches, then you're off to the races. And then on two, the storylines. You got to have like a really good storyline in order to keep people's attention.
Yes,
So when
you
you
do.
had all these other stupid storylines going on, but so far the best one yet, what drew me back in, was the Bloodline storyline.
That was pretty good. That
So-
was pretty good.
For 3 years, it's still going strong with that storyline. I mean, like that's
I think they milked it. They've milked it.
Yeah, they've gotten the most out of it, and it's still going.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
is, which
I
is
saw that,
crazy,
Rich.
man.
I got it on the side. I saw that.
But I
With
mean, but-
AEW. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Brian.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta have the guys that can deliver, and I'm very confident that in AEW you got people that can deliver. They just need more time, just more ring time, so that way they could go ahead and get their craft done, and then their character matches with that craft, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah.
No
I
argument.
think with as far as AEW goes, man, is that you guys, they put on good matches, but they cater to a specific fan base,
Yeah,
and that's the diehards. the
Yes.
guys that follow the indie wrestling scene. And
Yes.
that's the thing. The casual fan will look and watch and go, "What the hell is this?" You know what I mean?
Right.
But with just matches, not solid storylines, things fluctuate like every 3 weeks or 3 months, 2 to 3 months.
Sometimes
A
no
storyline.
storyline.
Yeah, sometimes no storyline. A storyline will begin and end in under like a month or 2 months
Yep.
in AEW. And you randomly wonder, like, what the hell is this? But is that situation just matches for the diehards, catering to just the diehards, and not expanding to other regions, to other places here in North America? You cater to a set specific crowd in
You do.
set specific spaces that like wrestling.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Mr. B, I gotta ask you, how many times are they gonna do a card in Chicago?
A lot. A lot.
I mean, I understand, Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe Stadium,
Yeah.
but that's once a year.
Yeah.
It seems like they have 2 or 3 cards in Chicago a year.
Yeah. And they did that a lot because they wanted to get the fan base there because they're plugging, they was going to get Punk. Punk came out.
Mhm.
They had Punk. They had Sky Blue. Sky Blue's out there. She's blowing up now as
Okay.
an up-and-coming wrestler. But yeah, it was mainly for the CM Punk. You know what I mean? We got Punk Chicago. Oh, they go crazy. They're there. They're in Florida. They're in Long Island. They're here in New York a couple times. And,
Right.
there's some spots here and there. But it's the same spots.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same spots. And the matches are not increasingly good. It's the same weirdo matches you're having. And you see the skill gap between the main guys and the rest of the people.
Talking about AEW,
Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of want to jump in on that. Remember how we talked
Okay.
about it a couple years ago as far as the skill set? I think
Yeah.
what I did notice with the AEW wrestlers, and I'll even throw in there with the NXT wrestlers, when they would come up with their new moves, that's the credit I have to give them. To be original with your maneuvers and to make new moves. But
Yeah.
the dance was, and I used to say this before, used to land on their neck. That was concerning to me when it first started. If you watch any of the early matches, they was all landing on their damn necks. And that's
Yeah, because that's the indie. That's the indie
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's
so
the indie thing.
great maneuvers, great moves, staying
Yeah.
in shape, being marketable, understand all that. But all of them can wrestle, in my opinion. I have no complaints against any of them. I really don't. And big ups to
No.
Cody Rhodes. Big ups to everybody following Cody Rhodes out of respect for his father.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans definitely did it to follow him, to respect his father.
Yeah.
And damn sure to give Dustin a little bit more shine than what he's had over the past 20, 25 years because a lot of people weren't satisfied where he was at. He's one of the better intercontinental champions ever. Ever. Dustin was no joke. Dustin took his blows. Dustin played the roles. Dustin deserves so much more credit than what he had. They need to give him a damn movie.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I mean, Rich says, I still have you guys on the big screen in the living room watching the game on the Surface 3. You all are prime time this evening.
Oh,
Hey, yo,
no.
Rich, I'm not going to front. I appreciate it. You're supposed to be up here with us like you on Sunday mornings because, a lot of people, I said it before, I say it again. And Ted talked about it the other day. We always talk about Haps. I normally don't. Today I'm going to talk about Haps. This is what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? All y'all Haps broadcasting, man. Y'all got catching to what we're doing up here, man. I'm calling y'all out. If you was ever on Haps, you broadcasted, I'm on your asses. Tired of this. I'm tired of this. Late night parents. My man that brought me up here with him from Haps. JoJo's over there doing the sports. They done rolled up together with Haps. Look at Brian over there. All of us are doing Haps.
Yeah, big Brian.
I'm putting everybody on blast, man. We're putting everybody on notice, man. Y'all got to catch up. Too
Well,
much.
Speaking of AEW, I'm looking on the calendar and they are coming to Rosenberg on October 18th.
All right.
We got to work on Brian.
Yo.
So it's a Dynamite and Rampage.
Okay.
Yeah.
A double taping,
Nice.
or live and then a taping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jojo, any thoughts on Jade Cargill? Your boy Sean Ross Sapp dropped a Woj bomb at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Big. Yeah. She's deciding after this is done. Her last couple matches are done. She's out of here. She's gone. She's
Off-
gone in October. After the end of October, her contract will be done. She's gonna do this feud, I guess, with Chris Statlander, do some other things, and then it looks like more than likely that she will leave. If she happens to be signed with AEW, all right. But if she happens to leave, she goes to WWE. Big loss. And I see
Statlander, she the
fans-
one that's from was she the doctor?
Mm-mm,
No, that's Britt Baker.
mm-mm.
So
The Baker.
Statlander's the one supposed to be from the Andromeda Galaxy, isn't she?
There
Yeah.
you go. From the
Where's she been? Where has she been?
She was
She
injured.
was injured, but she came back.
Yeah, she had a yeah.
She kind of
Yeah,
she was good. She was good. I liked her. She was
She
good.
had a bad knee injury, but she came back. She won the TBS title. She beat Jade for it, and she's been having some pretty solid matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all we need. Like a healthy run from her. Yo,
She
she's
must
good.
have
She's
been
been
the
plagued
one-
with the injuries, but she's
She was
solid.
doing good back in the days when Rhea Ripley and them was still there too. She was doing good. So she might be one of the veterans still sticking around, right?
Who?
Statlander.
Yeah, Statlander been around.
Rhea Ripley and all of them left to come to WWE, and she's still down there, right? Or she get with to WWE already?
No, she was independent wrestler for some time.
Because she was on the AEW NXT for a minute.
I remember. I think I saw the first time. I
Actually,
saw
no.
Statlander,
She was on a
GCW.
SmackDown, actually.
Okay, so
You're
she
right.
came-
You're right. She
came-
was on
yeah.
WWE. Yeah, she was on WWE.
Yeah.
When she was
down
much
there
younger,
with
she was on WWE. I think she did she was on a tag team match. And then she was actually on NXT. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she was NXT. I remember
Right,
way
yeah.
back then. So I kind of had eyes on her for her skills. She was good to me.
Yeah.
She was Rhea Ripley and then was already going to be there. I already knew Rhea Ripley's no joke. I'm glad
Yeah.
she's where she is, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, name just called
yes,
my
that's gotten real better, man.
Yeah, I know, Rich. I know. Okay, yo, I get a little hype, man. You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah,
This
man,
is what-
with-
this is what I've been wanting. All of us to finally make it, get up here and do it together, man.
yes.
I'm gonna just let me.
Fireman Rich, we see you. We understand. And coming on early once in a while does work out for
It
us.
helps me. I must admit, it helps me. So I appreciate it. It does.
Right. But yeah, man. But
Um,
if Jade, Jade goes to the WWE,
Right.
they're gonna work with her in that training, the performance center in
Yes.
Cuba, and she could
Yes.
be big money, man, big
Yes.
time money.
I
Big time
think
money.
in pre-pro we were talking, and I said a couple of years in WWE, straight to Hollywood. Boom.
Yeah,
That's Storm right there for the X-Men.
yeah. She has the physical. She has the look.
Oh,
Yep.
glad you
She
said that.
carries herself like a big time star.
I'm glad you said that, Ted. You just brought up a topic I wanted to cover tonight. Go ahead.
Yep.
I mean, she out there, man.
Yep.
She out there. She does fitness. She does modeling. Yo,
And what we were talking about,
that's it.
her beau,
Yep.
her husband or boyfriend, fiance, Brandon Phillips,
Word.
he's made the money being a
Right.
baseball player.
Yeah.
He's made $100 million. So her being out there way too long, I don't see that being. So I see it's going to be, a decent run in the WWE. And I definitely think Hollywood is next.
Hollywood, definitely, because they're right there. They're
Yes.
right there. They're right there. What WMEIMG, man, William
Yep.
Morris,
Yep.
Endeavor, they right there.
You're right there.
You wrestling good. Yo, you want to get signed good? Here we
There
are.
you go.
Yeah,
Here you go. But if Brian comes back, I'm gonna table the Ahsoka because I finally got to see the 5th episode.
I haven't watched any of it yet. I
How
really
you
haven't.
feel?
I thought it was pretty good. I
I've
thought it
seen
was
a lot
pretty
of good
good.
reviews. I'm seeing a lot of good reviews from everywhere. I see what you.
I thought it
always
was
say.
pretty good
A lot of
because
people, they're giving it props.
Joe, I leveled my expectation. I leveled my expectation of what to expect from Disney. So it's kind of like whatever you give us, if it's at least decent content and you're not trying to shove down our throats your principles and everything else,
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
You know
I'll give
what?
it a chance.
When you say that, what do you mean you lowered your expectations of Disney? I don't.
For Disney, they're just the shows, like everything after Endgame hasn't really been it. Like Endgame took it so high where
Yes, yeah, I agree with you, and that was one thing a lot of people said. Endgame was going to be hard to beat.
yes,
Oh, we needed so many
Yeah.
stories of the characters afterwards, in my opinion. I think Captain Marvel suffered due to how strong Infinity War and Endgame was. I'll even throw in Captain America Civil War. That was
Yeah.
the beginning of a peak. Guardians of the Galaxy is holding it down very well. I like Doctor Strange. Ant-Man is supposed to be carrying it on like Quantumania. I don't know what else is going to be the next big one since Quantumania, because Quantumania was the last big one that I heard was coming after Endgame. So I don't know what's going to be next except for these.
just the multiverse.
You got the multiverse, but I think that the Captain America movie series are coming out are going to be the new ones. The Kang Dynasty is going to be the new one. I saw the trailer today for Iron Man 4. Y'all might
Armor
want
Wars?
no Iron Man 4. There's a trailer for it on YouTube. It's pretty cool. I did see Method Man's trying to play Bishop in X-Men.
Oh,
He wants that character, so you know what's about to be right there.
Damn, man. And
Now,
Method
man,
could
we'll check
really
this
act
story.
though.
Method
Yeah.
Man
Method
wants
could
to be
really
Bishop.
act,
He
yo.
said he has studied that character. He wants to be Bishop. I'm not mad at that at all.
And oh yeah, we also got the Falcon, that New World Order.
yes.
Yes,
supposed
the,
to
the,
be out.
World Order movies, those are going to be coming out. Those will be the next big ones. So for me, I think they're doing good. They're not going anywhere except for what's going on with, I'll say Hollywood and Disney with their controversies right now. Yes, Fireman Rich, there's a movie trailer on YouTube for Iron Man 4.
Brian, what's your thoughts on Ahsoka so far?
I'm loving it.
You're loving it. Are you loving it because you leveled your expectation, or have they exceeded your expectation so far?
So far, as the last 2 episodes is exceeded. But as per usual, you know, like every time when they start up a new series, it has that slow build,
Yes.
you know, as per usual. But what a lot of people just like all the other, I mean, for the diehard fans, like they automatically know, like, yeah, it's going to be good because Dave Filoni,
Yes.
Ahsoka is his baby. He created Ahsoka, so he's going to take his time with it. I mean, I just love how it's just picking up where if those are for people that are familiar with Rebels, which I got to rewatch again because like I'd seen Rebels a while, but it's like I still know the characters and I still know the storylines behind it. So that's why like everybody's like they're loving it. For those that are the casual fan, they're gonna be like, oh well, what's this? But so far, like I'm loving it. Like last 2 episodes really set the tone.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I was before you came back. I said I like it. I've leveled my expectation because I said after being so jazzed up for Endgame, I don't think there's when we get to what Disney, the content Disney is pushing out there. But from Marvel to Star Wars, I'm enjoying it. I'm thinking episodes 6, 7, and 8 are going to be amazing. And I think a lot of the characters that were established during the build-up, I don't even think we're even going to see them because right now, with them heading to
That unknown galaxy, yeah.
that unknown galaxy, is going to that's going to get most of the screen time.
Yeah, and speaking how you said from Marvel to Star Wars, it's a shame that Ray Stevenson never got to see this.
I know.
And for those that don't know, Ray Stevenson was a very good actor. I barely like I knew him from like I forgot that he played the Punisher. I completely forgot he did the Punisher Part 2. But what I basically remember Ray Stevenson for was he played Blackbeard on the TV show Black Sails. He was
Mhm.
known as
Oh,
he played
I used
Blackbeard
to
as
watch Black
Teach.
Sails. Yeah, I used to watch Black
Yeah,
Sails. Yeah.
he was Captain Teach. And then
Edward Teach
also yeah, and
Edward
then
was also one on Pirates of the Caribbean. Remember?
Yeah.
yeah, and
From
then
one of
also
the mermaids.
He was in the other guys too. He was the bad guy in the other guys. If you ever seen
yeah,
that movie.
and then he's played he's done like a lot of period type of shows and movies, but also like his big break was where he was one of the Warriors 3 in Thor. He was the
Yeah.
beard,
Yeah.
the red beard.
The Viking one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was the red. Yeah, so that was mainly what a lot of people remember him for. So it's unfortunate that he passed away too soon. But also to another character or another person from Marvel or Star Wars. Ted, did you recognize? Did you see that? Did you see Tuesday night's episode?
Yes.
Okay, so young Ahsoka, do you recognize her face?
Yes.
Yes, young Gamora.
Young Gamora.
Young
I
Gamora.
I saw it because I was looking. I was just like, well, wait a minute. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I was like,
I do like once you get into that Marvel realm or that Star Wars realm, they'll use you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
they did with
They'll
Emily
use you
Clark.
in either property.
yeah,
Yeah, so they used with Emily Clark after the Star
Yes.
Wars movie she did, The Last Jedi. She jumped on Secret Wars.
Right.
yeah, from Game of Thrones to
That
Solo.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
from Game
too.
of Thrones to Solo to now to Marvel. So I mean it's really good. I mean I like how they could really stretch their talent.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, I
Right.
just want to talk real quickly about. I think the NBA, they're called. They don't want to be called owners, so they're governors. I believe they're trying to take their league back with how to combat load management. So they have a new policy in place.
Yes.
I'll read to you just 5 quick points. Under the new policy, unless a team demonstrates an approved reason for a star player not to participate in a game, then, among other things, the team must manage its roster to ensure that no more than one star player is unavailable for the same game. Ensure the star players are available for all national television and all NBA in-season tournament games.
Rick Costa was good.
Maintain a balance
What's up,
between the number of one-game absences for star players in home and road games. Refrain from any long-term shutdowns in which a star player stopped playing games. If resting a healthy player, ensure that the player is present at the games and visible to fans. So we've watched over the last, 10 years, we watched this just spill out of control and players don't want to play. And if I'm playing in one division and I only have to visit Utah once a year and I just say, you know what, I'm not playing. And you got these fans buying these overpriced tickets. You got media rights deals coming up. I think this is they're doing this strictly for the Kawhi Leonards of the world. They're doing it for the Paul Georges of the world.
Dag, you beat me.
I want to throw this out
Clippers.
there. Ted, I got to jump in on it, and I apologize.
Go ahead.
The Kawhi Leonard situation, I'm with you because as an NBA fan, after he left Toronto, we expected so much from him in the Clippers that he didn't do it. I think we tended to forget that he was injured before Toronto, and I think he needed some time. I was willing to give him the season after Toronto to kind of recover because he got the championship, went to
What's going on,
Canada.
Rick?
to spoil him. You know, they gave him whatever, but he still left, so he went down and he's supposed to do the damn thing. Paul George's leg injury, I'll never forget it, number one. I'll never forget it. So I don't want to see any of them go through that ever anymore. But the other players, even if you have underlying injuries, and I want to throw this out there to a lot of NBA players out there, for the love of God, take care of yourselves. That's a civil liberty.
Yes.
I'm not, as a member of a union on my job, I've understood civil liberties, and you have to protect yourself because everybody knows businesses, companies, owners, supervisors, managers, investors will use you. I understand that fully. Y'all get in the bag. You all are getting the money. Yes, we want to see you, but for the love of God, take care of yourselves. We don't want nobody dying over sport. Look at what happened with DeMar Hamlin last year, and everybody's ready to stop everything.
Right.
Same we're talking about. And anytime you got a gruesome injury, we're looking crazy and like, what's going on? LeBron James, when he went down to the game in Miami, and the whole arena went quiet.
Mhm.
We want to take care of yourselves. We just still want our game too. And we will say this. We want our game, please. But take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. We get that. But we definitely want our games more than you all just sitting down, just getting the bag and not doing nothing. As a customer, we'll ask that. But also as people who do things for a business and have customers who expect something out of them, all of us who are on our jobs, we need to come just as hard as we demand the people that we want to see, watch, and or pay for. And that's a
right.
for everybody in the real world, everywhere, period, that in the story. Those injuries to Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, any other player who was hurt, we get it.
Mhm.
We just see you all on the court. You got to remember, Shaq was out there for a couple of years. He didn't play a whole lot. It was irritating folks. All of us who are fans of sports want to see our athletes, but athletes, y'all, please take care of yourselves. It may sound like a circular argument or a story or a rant that I just did, but you have to understand it as a fan and sometimes for yourself as a supporter or the person that people are relying on. You have to come just as hard as we're demanding from these athletes, honestly.
That's true.
So Tone,
Yes.
I want to toss this back to you. So
Sure.
you're in Georgia.
Mhm.
So let's say you and your son drive 90 minutes to go see the Hawks play because the Hawks are going up against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
You pay $500 per ticket.
Top dollar, yes.
Okay. And when you get there, you got your son with his favorite player, his jersey. Let's just say Anthony Davis, because I know we pick on LeBron too much. And 5 minutes before the game, you find out Anthony Davis is out due to load management.
Right. How do you feel, right?
How do you feel? And you've already dumped $1,500 in.
You coming for specific players or you coming for the game? Is going to be the answer to that question. I probably would be upset. Say I was going to Knicks games back in the day, and Ewing wouldn't play. I would be pissed. Anthony Mason wouldn't play. I would be pissed. John Starks wouldn't play. I would be pissed. I'll give you another example based on what you said. This is going to be classic to so many people. You go to a concert. You want to see your favorite group. You don't find out till the show starts that one of the members of the group doesn't show up. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen,
oh my God, that is so
any and everybody out here that goes to a New Edition concert, what do you want to see?
Bobby.
Thank you. I've been to a concert where Bobby didn't show up. I've been to a concert where Bobby didn't show up, and I've been to a concert when Bobby did show up. It is a difference. I understand exactly where you're coming from. That's why I just say we want everybody to take care of themselves, but we want to see all of you straight up.
Yeah. Pretty much nailed that one. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much nailed that one.
New concerts, the first thing you see when people in chat on Facebook, Bobby made it. Bobby didn't make it. Bobby made it.
What does it say behind you, Tone?
You snooze, you lose. Don't drive drowsy.
Okay.
That's a motto for something that I've gone through on one occasion. It was 2009. I was driving home. I fell asleep and flipped my vehicle 3 times.
Oh, man.
May 2018. I did the same thing.
Yeah, it was for me in February 2009.
Oh, this is great.
That's Joe. That's Ted. 12 reasons you're not sleeping well.
Let's see. Tone.
I want to hurry this up. We got to get ready for Carmen. Come on, let's see what we got here. Come on.
12 reasons you're not sleeping well, Tone.
I got plenty of them. Do you feel like it's
CDC basically says 1 in 7 adults have trouble sleeping most of the time. I don't know if you guys are dealing with any type of sleep disorders like insomnia, restless leg syndrome.
Restless legs.
But-
My leg is shaking right now.
Napping is the number one reason why you're not sleeping. Jet lag.
I agree with that number one. Definitely.
Jet lag makes me sleep. Maybe I don't understand it properly. And I'll say that as
Napping,
somebody
jet lag, anxiety.
That goes to my niece. Number 3, anxiety. Yeah, it goes to my niece.
That should be number 1 to me.
I tell her right now. That's why she don't sleep.
Stress,
Absolutely. That should be number 2 in my opinion.
depression,
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect next. You're damn near afraid of what's coming next.
Yeah.
caffeine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
alcohol.
Man, please, that puts me to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Man, what?
Number 8, screen time.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Tony, your
started.
screen time must be off the chain.
My screen time was off the charts, but that doesn't stop me from going to sleep. If I'm tired, I'm tired. That's for everybody else.
Medication,
Certain
Yes.
medications, they can do that.
eating before bed,
Bugging.
Yep.
I swear to that. I get the itis. What?
Yeah.
sleep disorders,
Absolutely.
Sleep apnea, guilty.
Yeah.
lack of movement in your day.
You may be more rested than you realize, which is why you can't sleep.
Yeah, because the body at rest stays at rest.
Yes.
That's
I
true.
think
Yeah.
those jobs, those sit-down jobs, cause a lot of issues.
I want to
Sitting
throw
down.
something in there I don't think people address. And I want to throw this in there due to recent worldwide events that everybody went through at the same time. What I do not think gets addressed enough, which may be a reason people do not sleep, sinus issues. If you can't breathe, you can't sleep. Your body's fighting to survive.
Yeah, you find to breathe. Yeah.
Straight up. Nobody really talks about sinus issues. If I'm wrong, I'm
That's
wrong.
very
If
true.
you're a doctor, throw something in the chat, please. I want to throw this everywhere. If you got sinus issues, your body won't act right. Most of us who have sleep apnea, sinusitis, rhinitis, sleep disorder, snore, all of that, it's a sinus issue.
Yeah, and then plus like weight.
Weight is that could be sinus and heart, from what I remember.
Yeah, because I have a CPAP. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Then you wake up and you wondering why you got cotton mouth and your throat feels sore as hell.
and then you feel like you slept for like 8 hours. You think you slept a full 8, but then you're like during the day you're like nodding off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
guilty.
I think
So
I'm
Apple every September, they put out
something new.
in one of their town halls about the latest, newest, greatest
Mhm.
dynamite
Mhm.
iPhone
Mhm.
and why you should need it.
Mhm.
Question I pose is, should I trade in my existing phone for a brand new iPhone 15?
Only if you can afford it. Next.
Yeah, JoJo, you may want to just take a time out on this one.
Why you gonna
You
leave
got
always that?
jokes, Brian. You got jokes. Yo. Yo.
I'm still alive for Apple products.
I was an Android.
I've been
I was
using
an
Apple products.
iPhone user. I switched over. Shut up.
I've been using Apple products since 2009 personally. I am not dissatisfied. I have no complaints. The only complaint I have with any Apple device would be, actually there's 2. Signal strength and the security settings. But
And then
trust me, you are paying for those security settings. They had to lower their security settings. The security settings were so strong in their devices. They had to, just so people could use it in more places than where they were going to.
And then also too, like I didn't know nothing of it other than that they're gonna switch over to like using the SBC for a charger. Yeah, like my best friend Kenny told me about it, and pretty much it's like I'll do it again, because like I have the 13 Pro,
Mhm.
and still works great, fantastic phone. But the only problem is that like the little phone phone mounts that I had that could connect to the vents, I would have
Mhm.
the wire hooked up to it, but then I'll hit a bump or whatever, and the thing is like my AC vents are loose, so it will fall off, and with the wire in it, so it damages the charging port.
That's nothing wrong with the phone. That's your vent. That's your vent clip.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying it messed up the charging port.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't. It won't hold the like even if I put it, by itself, like laying down, it won't charge. So yeah. So it's like I'm coming to that to where it's like because that's what happened to my iPhone 10. Same thing. So now it's
Mm.
like great. Now I got to do this all over again. However, though, because I'm with Verizon, I can trade it in like I did my iPhone 10 because the iPhone 10 had the same thing. I just gotta not have it on a vent. But I could trade mine in for like an $800 trade in, and I only pay a $200 difference
I
for,
see
for
what
the
Rich is saying.
for the iPhone 15.
Right. I see what Rich is
Okay.
saying about the cost. I thought the cost was lower. They were only advertising it for 800. Previously, those phones were $1,000, weren't they?
Yeah, they're grand, but I mean, I
I
need
would
it.
ask everybody to check that, but the price seemed lower for this one for some reason to me.
So I think you guys covered it.
Mhm.
The four major things: USB-C connection. It's the lightest phone ever at 6.7 ounces.
Oh,
It's the only iPhone that with an actual zoom lens.
and the camera is like ridiculous,
Yeah,
and then
and it's
also too,
nearly all screen with a super sized small bezel.
one of the big selling points, it's made out of titanium.
Yeah,
It's
that
made out of
got brought up.
titanium.
Titanium.
Mhm.
Another selling point to me was it being able to charge between devices instead of having to find a battery.
Yeah,
Certain devices can recharge each other. I did watch some of the Apple event when we was on airtime, Cantina in Helen's room. I was watching some of it when they were talking about it. They got good features, and they're always coming up with something new, some new type of technology or some advancement upon what they've done previously. And I'll admit this myself. iPhones have better graphics than most of the other cell phones out here. Their graphics are so HD, it's priceless, in my opinion.
The last part is, and I know it's just all guys up here and everything like that, but the battery, it'll last all day long, and then some.
Yeah, I think that's going to depend on how many apps you got running. Most phones last days on one charge, depending on how much you're doing on your phone.
Depending on how you set up your apps and if you have them updating in the background and everything like that, and badge apps enabled, then that's all pulling resources. But Tone, you were correct. Me personally, see, it all comes down to how much can you get back. And right here, you have a 2019 iPhone 11, 11 Pro, Max. You're getting back between 200, 250, 300. iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Max, 300, 360 to 450. iPhone 13 Pro and Max, 420, 530, 640. So, Brian, if you can get back 800 and only have to pay 200, I say go for it.
and then
But
that's through Verizon.
yeah, but it has to be impeccable. The screen can't be cracked.
Oh, no. It's just the charging port. That's the only issue.
Oh, really?
That's the charging port. That's it.
Oh, okay. Because usually, it has to be in mint condition.
Oh no, it's in stellar condition.
Oh, okay.
It's just the charging port's messed up. So I didn't even know about the news until Kenny told me, but I was gonna go ahead and trade it in and get like a 14, but then he's like, wait a minute, why? And then when he told me the iPhone 15 came out, then I'm like, oh well, Okay, but the cool thing with Verizon though, like I'll pay the difference on my monthly payments,
Okay.
so I don't have to pay it up front.
Got it.
It's optional, but I don't mind paying it. I don't mind it being added on to my monthly note.
Okay.
I think bring that back up for a second, please.
Also,
Okay.
Kenny had told me like they have ray tracing now, so when you're playing your games on the phone,
I hear you. And they was talking about the storage on there. If you scroll up,
Oh,
a
the
little-
storage on
yeah,
here.
right there.
Well, okay. So
Um,
on here, if you go to latenightparents.com, we have the story up there. But here's where they want to charge you. So it says the next iPhone models are expected to cost more, 800 to 1200 range. Okay. And analysts say they will have more storage available, and that will most likely cost too. So currently, Apple adds $100 to double the storage, $300 to go from 128 gigabyte to 512, and 500 to go to a terabyte. So Apple is expected to offer a more generous 2 terabyte setting phone, so which would really curb all those, hey, you're out of room nag messages. And don't get me wrong, I mean, we would all love to be walking around with an iPhone with 2 terabytes of disk space, but does that mean paying $1,000 more for extra room?
I'm gonna say yes. At the bottom, however, if it was me, I'd hold on to my previous devices, backup devices. I got them on that. The updates start kicking in and matter. Most of your apps and most of the things you do on your devices now take up a lot of space. People are going to pay for that 2 terabyte. They're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because your apps right now require more storage just to
Yes.
download an update. Not even so much just to use, just to download an update.
yeah,
Both the devices. I think people are going to pay for that. And instead of having an older device, since you could transfer everything in the first daggone place, why would you?
and I think more people now, because like you could do your little TikTok dances, your Snapchats, and all that, and record all that on your social media. Like if you have more storage, then yeah, they'll pay it.
Yeah, you got to think about the people who actually do work on their phone as well.
Right.
Exactly. I'm game with that. Rich, I see what you're saying over there.
Go ahead.
Well, Rich, you don't do a lot on the phone like we do. I'm going to give you that. You don't do a lot on
Rich
the phone.
says I'll stay with my LG Stylo 5 Android track phone that costs me $9 a month. There you go, Rich.
I understand.
Then a
There
track
you
phone
go.
costs me 26
phone.
years.
Android. There you go, Rich.
That's
There
a
you
smart
go. That's what I'm talking
consumer.
about. That's what I'm
Stop
talking
it.
about. Brian over here talking chop suey. Get out of here, bro.
And you got fried rice as a side dish.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then also too, like with the new Apple Watches, apparently if you upgrade the phone, and then if you upgrade the watch, according to what was relayed to me, was like, yeah, you'll have a better connection activity, but I don't know. I mean, I got the Series 3. I'm gonna keep the Series 3. I keep it for basic function anyway, so.
Gotcha. What are we doing right now?
What are we doing right now, JoJo?
Chilling. Waiting to see what else comes. Bellator got an event pass. Bellator 300. They announced it this week. It was crazy. Other than that, waiting to see what happens. They talking about Biden impeachment and all this other craziness.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so
So wait,
we
is
gonna
Biden
sit
getting
and just
impeached?
see what happens.
Is Biden getting impeached because his son is out there going wild crazy? What about, like, just help me out with it. His son is out there wilding, right?
Yep.
Doing everything under the sun, the laptop, the cell phones, the pictures, the this, all of that other stuff. But what does that have to do with him?
Because
It's linked to him.
he didn't, because like all the business dealings Biden has denied it, but then somebody actually dug it up and said, yeah, no, Biden knew
Okay.
about his business
he's
dealings
linked.
in Ukraine and business dealings
Yeah.
in China.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So he lied.
He was
Okay.
making business deals. See, there's money to be had when you're a president. These scumbags. I
Oh,
talked about it
goodness.
when Trump
They're
was
going after
president.
him.
And on
They're
top of
going-
that, like, how in the world are you going to leave cocaine in the White House?
Come on, man.
the same way
trying
you're going to dump government papers down the toilet. Y'all killing me with this. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. They're going after the man because they go after him because he's too old. That's what they're trying to do. He's too old.
That's what it really is going to be the end goal of. Yeah.
He don't look too
Like, yo,
stable.
our guy is out here making us look bad. That's what it is.
And the
Got
people
it.
don't
Yeah.
respect him, and they don't respect him. They don't respect how old he is.
Well, I've
When
been
the
saying it for a
office-
while.
Here we go.
I said the whole Democratic Party leadership should be all locked up for abusing the elderly.
Will you do something with Brian? please?
It's not a lie, though. It's not a lie.
Oh God!
It's not a lie, man. Everybody uses somebody to get somewhere, man.
Everybody, and that's why I say it like that on purpose, Brian. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. We jumped on
Yeah.
Republicans when
Everybody's
they
doing it.
were on Democrats while he's in office. I get it. They all up to.
I mean,
such-
yeah.
who's
So that's
being
why
exposed.
like I strongly enforce term limits.
That's
Yes.
The moment
Yeah,
I agree with you.
the moment you hit 60 in politics, you're done. You're retired.
yeah. And the thing is
I
that
mean, just like everybody else, I was like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me, like how everybody else got to retire between 60 and 65, but yet you could be a senator for like 80 years and then retire at like 98.
Because you get voted back in office. They got term limits. They just keep getting voted back in.
yeah,
That's it.
because it's like who wants to replace them?
Who wants to take your spot?
Wants to
Who
take
wants to
the
do
time?
this job that you
Yeah.
had? And who wants to pick on the headache that you had previously? That was
Yeah.
actually exposed during the last presidency. I inherited a broken system, is what the man said.
Yeah,
This is what he said. He threw everything out there. They put somebody back in office who was going to do things the way they wanted to be done. Now they about to get rid of his ass too.
Yeah, and then also too, like the governor for Pennsylvania, what's his name? Like the man just had a stroke, and they're like, "Oh, he's fine." He just had a stroke.
What are we doing right now?
word. And Chicago's on the upside down right now, man. Yo,
California's on
never-
the upside down.
oh, I've talked to Ted about the California, man. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I've talked to Ted about that. It's bad, man. We talked about it on the group chat. Boy.
California's pretty bad. All jokes aside. I don't know about y'all, but I'm watching this hurricane in the Atlantic. We had a storm
Yeah.
here this afternoon.
We
even
had
a proper
rainfall.
hurricane for the most part. It was pretty bad. I mean, it was raining so bad. It was raining sideways down here.
Wow.
Thunder, like people were slamming doors right around 4:35ish. Went off about 30 minutes. So
It's-
Follow the
there's a
money.
couple more coming out the Atlantic. I actually got the weather on now. I'm watching it. All of you up there in the Northeast, Maine and up above Canada, y'all be careful up there. I think it's
yeah.
gonna be like a Cat 3 or Cat 2, but that's cold. That's cold rain, cold wind.
Man,
That's-
I'm
y'all
happy
frozen.
it rained.
Looking like y'all on the day after tomorrow trying to run and you stuck like this for the rest of your life. That's all I'm saying.
No, we were happy, man. We were happy that it rained today because like all throughout the summer, been dealing with that 106, 108 degree weather.
Mhm.
Working in the warehouse, we have all the fans on, and we still sweating it on the inside. It's like 103 on the inside
Jeez.
Right.
with
I wanna thank y'all
big
for
jumbo
not
fans
bringing
in.
up the possible quarterback replacement for our man Aaron Rodgers, because I've seen what they've been talking. I've seen what people are saying outside of our conversations.
Oh, you reminded me. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and make my order.
For your iPhone?
No. It's gonna be a Jets jersey, number
I knew you were
15, and on the
I
back
knew-
says Tebow.
Tebow's already been with the Jets. Y'all can
Yo,
stop.
clip this man
You
from
need
the
a better-
screen.
Yeah.
You need a better
Take his
quarterback.
screen time away.
You need
Pretty
a better
good.
Take
quarterback.
his
He's already
A
screen
been
healthy,
time
better
away.
He's
quarterback.
already been there. They're not going to call back Colin Kaepernick. Y'all stop it.
Oh,
No.
my
Tim
goodness.
Tebow.
Stop
You
it.
need Tebow. He
Tebow's
can
already been
save the
Stop
season.
it.
But I did see a name pop up. I had not heard in a minute. Who was it? It wasn't Brady. It was
Jacoby Brissett,
Carson Wentz's name came up.
and then what? Jacoby Brissett's name got popped up.
I haven't seen Jacoby.
Matthew Stafford.
I know. Somebody else popped up.
Matthew Stafford.
Well, I mean,
I'll
Kenny
put it right
Kenny told me, he said this will probably be a good option. Is like we could trade like Houston, we could trade Case Keenum for like a
Mhm.
6-7 round pick with the Jets.
Yes.
Because Case Keenum, when he was a starter when he started from Minnesota, he had a very good start,
He did. He did.
and he's a mobile quarterback. The man
Yep.
can run. The man can sling it.
Especially with that
Yeah.
offensive line that
I see
doesn't
you.
seem to
Jesus.
Can
Who
you
was that man?
tell me, can you answer this? This one question I have to ask you guys.
Tebow can do it.
Jamarcus Russell.
Zach Wilson.
I'm playing.
Wilson. Why is he always running backwards?
I don't know.
He's always running backwards. He's like 40 yards back. And I'm like, dude, throw the ball out.
Yeah,
Dude, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
man.
40 yards deep. 40
You
yards
over?
deep.
Yeah, you hold that ball too long, man.
It actually got brought up. What happened to Joe Flacco? I was like, his numbers weren't the best last year.
True.
His numbers were not the
Yeah.
best last year because he
I
wasn't.
think they
on the-
need more than a backup. They need you. I mean, you know what?
A good
Tonight?
spiritual leader.
If Kirk Cousins doesn't do anything tonight, if I'm Joe Douglas, I'm calling the Wolves. Ziggy, I'm saying, hey, what can we do? Because Kirk Cousins is not coming back next season to the Vikings.
Why not? Oh yeah, it is end of their contract. Yeah,
Yes,
it is
he's
end of their
done.
contract. They're trying to call Brady to come back.
Oh,
Y'all seen him at the opener? I seen him.
No.
He was youthful as hell. You seen him?
Yes.
He's like, yeah.
No, that picture, Ted, that you had on the group chat. The
Yes.
picture of Tom Brady. I sent it to my friend Sean because he's a Jets fan.
Yeah.
I sent it to him. I said, "Hey, is this a still option?" He goes, "How dare you insult
How
that
dare
team with
you?"
that man?"
Who
They're
did you
like,
try to
that-
put up there, Brian? Who did you try to put up there?
So,
It was the one that Ted had. It was like Tom Brady in a Jets
Tom
jersey.
Brady
The
in a
Jets
that
jersey.
picture?
Like, get out of there. Get
I
out of there.
said, Tom.
Nah,
Tom just needs somebody who's willing to catch the long ball, man.
that's it.
Yeah.
Tom
that's
gonna
what it
be
was.
good. That's what it
That's what it
is.
You know what name
Tom
somebody
will
threw
be out
there?
there like, I need an O line. Give me an O line. I need my jaw steps. I need like 3-4 steps real quick.
You know who they brought up, JoJo?
Hold that line down real quick.
Somebody
I'm
brought up a name
good.
I forgot about, and I think he was with the Jets at one point. Somebody brought up
Who?
Nick Foles. I think I would kind of like that.
I will call Foles too.
I think I kind
Foles
of
is a
like
clutch
I'm sitting here
QB
looking
and
at this- I'm looking
underrated.
at this article
Wait,
now.
wait.
It's called the Jet Press. They got Nick Foles as an option. Blake Bortles. I
Yeah.
can see him.
Blake
I can see him
Bortles?
steady. I can see him
Wait,
steady,
no.
steady. Not superstar, but steady.
No. Wait.
Hold on. I'm trying to hurry this up because we're
What
already
about
I
a
would take
what
your- I
about a
would take young
two-time
man
Super
Foles.
Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl MVP?
Who?
Eli. You cannot spell believe without Eli.
Nah, come
You
on.
can't,
Now we
man.
gotta sit down. Now we gotta sit down.
You know how much money they're
You gotta sit
making
down
from
and have
that Omaha?
We gotta have a chat, Brian.
There's no way. They're making so much money from Omaha Productions.
Let me talk
Eli
to
is good.
Let me talk to all my fellow New York Jets fans out there.
hmm
Another name that came up was Matt Ryan.
With CBS right now? He's on the second team of CBS. He's an
Would he come
announcer
back?
now.
Would he come back?
Yeah, they took a dig at him on commentary too.
They
I
took a
was
dig
like,
at
really
the Super
must-
Bowl, and that's it. All they had on him was that Super Bowl. Other than that, he had no.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the commentary this week when I watched the game, they talk about this
about
game should
Tony
be
Romo?
10-10. It feels like it's 28-3, but it should be 10-10. And Matt Ryan was looking at dude like, yo,
No,
Tony
what
Romo
the
was off the field. He was still off the field.
No
One more
Tony
concussion. One more concussion, and he ain't gonna be in the most decent shape ever. He was
Okay.
who that?
Tony Romo.
Oh, no, you can't get. Come on, Romo's good, man.
So
Let Romo live,
basically-
There you go, Rich. I appreciate you, Rich. Thank you. I see you with the scores on the game. Thank you for that as well.
So basically, we call Tebow.
No, you can't call Tebow. He out the game too long, and nobody
Matt
trusts
So
him.
they
as a
did call
quarterback.
Matt Ryan. All right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
out there. It's out
They
there.
did call him. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can take Ryan.
I'm reading a bunch of these stories, and there's an article called the Jet Press. I know a lot of people want to check
Yeah.
everything, but
Mhm.
they've thrown out. I mean, I
'Cause if
thought
we-
about Blaine Gabbert. I think he would be
Yeah.
okay. I think he would be okay. He's been on a couple of okay squads.
I mean, people threw out the name Phillip Rivers. You know what I mean? If you could throw out Phillip Rivers, we could throw out Matt Ryan as the same way,
He'd been
man.
out for a minute, but he would do it.
He
Or
would.
just like let Garner Minshew.
No, he
Philly Riv got 10 kids that he's taking care of.
He taking care of. He got to be home. He got to be home as a dad right
He
now.
got to be home.
Yeah, he got to be home as a dad right now. No disrespect to him, because the man played great ball.
Him and his wife had 10 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Colt McCoy's name has come up. I'm like, no. Kyler Murray in a trade. I don't know about that, but I think it might be.
No, I don't want Kyler Murray.
No, I believe you. I believe you. He's too short.
No.
They're bringing up Flacco again.
Or what about
Davis Mills.
what about PJ Walker from Carolina?
I don't have enough info on PG. Walker.
He was good in the XFL, I believe it was.
Because he was a Houston Roughneck.
Yeah. They also bringing up Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston would be too many interceptions.
Famous
He would be-
Jameis?
Yeah, he would.
Nah,
be
they're
too
gonna boo that man off the building, man. I'm sorry to say it.
No, if y'all just offer him crab legs, he'll be all there.
You remember that whole thing with the crab
my
legs?
God.
Oh my
Not
God.
the
Crab
crab
legs and
legs.
Publix.
The crab legs.
Not the crab legs.
Crab legs and
Like,
Publix.
what are we doing?
Crab legs in Publix. I
I mean,
forgot.
and in all honesty, there's a lot
Crab
of
legs
quarterbacks
in
out there.
Publix.
There's a lot of quarterbacks out
forgot
there we
that.
could be discussing and just sticking with the big names. Somebody's gonna get into the Super Bowl.
So you know what?
Yeah.
I would just say, like if Nick Casario could talk a deal, trade y'all Case Keenum for like a 6th or 7th round pick for the next year's draft, y'all can have Case Keenum.
Do we want him is the question.
Get a.
Do you have
And
any?
can we afford
Do
him?
you have
Aaron
any
Rodgers
other?
still gonna make his money. Aaron Rodgers gonna still make his money during this time. Can we afford him?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
regardless.
can afford him. You
How?
can afford Case Keenum. Yes.
You need it. You just need it, yo. Right now.
Think about it. He
They
did
can get
well
a
with
veteran.
Minnesota. He did well with Buffalo. He did well with us in Houston.
How well did he do?
Someone
Well, he's
who
the
got
one that
more-
threw that touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs that knocked out I think it was
Dig.
New Orleans.
If you could take out Case Keenum, you can also take Colt McCoy. I kind of put them on the same level.
Mm.
I would take Keenum over
Yeah.
McCoy.
And still let Zach Wilson get his.
Because and the
drills
reason
in.
why is because Keenum is more mobile.
Gotcha.
Listen, as diehard as I am a Jets fan,
Mhm.
Dallas is going to blow the doors off of them this
Also,
Dude,
also too, Case Keenum has, like, to my knowledge, no serious injuries,
weekend.
that's an excellent point. Thank
no
you.
concussions, no sprained ankles, no.
So he's 100% healthy, but how come nobody
Yeah.
signed him? Will be my next question.
because
He's at
not a
home
big
right now,
man.
right?
No. He's our third string quarterback for the Texans.
Oh, okay.
Because they still want to give Davis Mills a chance, so they're just like, well, we need a veteran quarterback. So it's just like in case of emergency, but I think that'll be a logical option.
Oh, you know who else name came up one time?
Who?
Cam.
You know what?
I feel you, Ted, but I'm
not-
like, JJ, you know what? I wouldn't rule it out.
Yo,
Who came out?
you know what?
Yeah,
Yo, you may get mad at that.
Cam name came up. Like
If
Cam
he
did.
ain't, if he out here to play for real,
Right.
He
I
there to
don't
play.
mind seeing it.
He there to play. He ain't been playing like he used to, but he there to play
I don't mind it.
because
I
he'll
don't
get-
mind it.
I actually respect the fact that he'll run the ball in himself. We just don't need him divifying himself, and I'm gonna say it like that on purpose because he did a lot of showing up before he got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He was comfortable.
yeah,
We need him that comfortable, but we also need him to play with his team
Right.
yep.
on the real because that's the image that's out there.
Cam was me, and me.
Well, Cam got
Yeah.
that way.
Or wait. What about Taylor Heineke from Atlanta?
He just got to Atlanta. I don't think that'll do that. I don't think that'll do
Oh.
that.
Or he threw himself in the name pool But I don't know how people really feel
Marcus
about it.
Mariota.
RG3.
I thought
Yo,
about
he threw
Mariota.
himself out there. How are you
Oh,
on the first take Get Up? No, he was on Get Up at the time, I think. You're on
Yeah.
the panel and he's talking about yo, and the Jets might even want to call me.
He ain't been on the field in a decade.
Oh, you just self-promoting,
He's trying to get
selfish.
back out there. So you got him and Colin Kaepernick ain't played it forever trying to get out there. I'm not mad at that, but who's going to fit the system? I kind of like what Brian just said about Mariota. I kind of
Yes,
like
I like
Case Keenum.
Mariota.
if
Mariota
Mariota's
does play the system
If
well.
they understand West Coast offense, I'm all for it.
yeah,
because-
Mariota's kind of nice. He's all right.
They run a West Coast
Mariota's
offense.
pretty good. Yeah.
Because they look
And
real
think about it.
energetic.
You got Dalvin Cook and you got Brees Hall. You're gonna hand the ball off 45 times a game.
I'm
And
feeling
wait, don't they have Michael Carter too?
pause?
Yes.
Yes.
Pause. I'm kind of good with Mariota. Pause.
This guy.
Or
Tone, what you
This
got that cup?
guy.
or
Pause.
Michael
Oh,
Vick.
God. This ain't number Pepsi. This ain't number Pepsi. I've only got one.
Michael
I
Vick?
gotta get up in the morning. I ain't drinking tonight.
Brian now is talking about Michael Vick.
All right, Brian, go see.
I'm like, I'm done.
I'm glad my pick, my one dog pick, kind of slipped under and nobody really said anything about it, but it's okay. He said Michael Vick. I had said Jamarcus Russell earlier, but
Dude, I heard that and I'm like, I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing this with you, man.
Then there's Drew Brees.
Yo, if Tom Brady were called to return, you know Drew Brees would definitely be like, yo, let's do this. But nah, man. Whoever they get, let them get it. But they're going to have to depend on Zach Wilson at some point, man. He's going to come
That
back to
kinda
that,
good
man, at
last
some
week.
point.
Zach and that team looked good together last week.
Yeah.
They did.
It's gonna
The
come
team
down
looked
to
good
it.
together last week.
Zach's gonna need to play some football, man. And we
Him
can't
and Mike
deny
White.
the kid because how is he gonna ever get better if he's not gonna really be on the field?
Him and Mike White.
Or maybe I could strike up a deal with Tennessee and get Ryan Tannehill.
I would like Tannehill in the Jets uniform. I would like that.
He needs somebody. He needs somebody in case Zach get hurt. Because if Zach get hurt, then yeah,
So-
this is a done deal. Yeah.
Or if Zach does what Zach does, go 7 for 10 for 100 yards, and he's out there the entire game, and they lose 13-10.
As long as we got Brees Hall running like he ran Monday
Right.
night, I'm good.
Right.
But boy, he took off on that line. It was over.
Let me ask you a question, Ted. Did you watch the Steelers 49ers game on Sunday?
No, I didn't. I didn't at all.
Did you see the numbers that we put up on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to see those.
You don't want to see that. And I don't want to see
You don't want to see that.
Joe Burrow is through for 82 yards.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow threw for 82 yards.
They on him. I'm telling y'all, Cincinnati might be done.
Yo,
Cincinnati might
It's
be
nuts.
219 million of the 275 is guaranteed. That's their guy.
Whoa, whoa,
Spoiler
whoa,
alert.
whoa, whoa.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
some shaky.
him.
Okay, okay.
Would say-
Rodgers.
Okay, guys. All right,
Go.
guys. Like on total, I'm looking at on MSN right now
Mhm.
from Total Pro Sports report. New York Jets considering bringing back 2 wild card quarterbacks out of retirement.
Come on.
One of them we did mention, Blake Bortles,
Yeah, I said that.
and the other guy,
Matt Ryan.
Big Ben.
What?
Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, Brian's just trying to get me upset right now, man.
You
No,
it's
I'm,
crazy.
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
hang
even
on. Wait,
Jojo,
no.
That'll work. That'll work.
It'll work, but I'm gonna be upset.
Yes, you are.
I'll be upset. That's a
Yes.
Pittsburgh man.
I
As
understand.
Pittsburgh man.
Understand that. I understand that. But again, what options do you have? Look, it's right here. There you go.
The number one choice.
There's the article.
Everybody
Ted,
wants.
Ted,
They
there's
said,
the
"Go get
article.
Brady." They said, "Go get Brady." If Brady come in there, you think Steelers fans are pissed? Wait till the Patriots fans see him out there.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you got that one up there. That's right.
And I'm not even trying to put you on blast. If Brady come back, I think Brady trying to save himself a headache.
Yeah, he don't want that.
To think about that, Brady
Brady
left
come
New England. Brady retired in Tampa, wearing a Jets jersey, coming back. Yeah.
That might
Jets, Jets.
All he got to do is win 4 games. I'm gonna be like, "Yes, I want his jersey for my birthday this year."
Oh
Nah,
God!
you right though, Tony. You right though. Ben
Yeah,
would
Big
fit
Ben's
perfectly in that lineup.
Big Ben will work with the Jets offense right now.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is get the ball to one of the players. They actually had a lineup
That's
with
it.
tight ends.
That's
He got
it.
running backs that'll do it. He
He's
got
got
wide
running
receivers
backs.
that's ready.
He's got
That's
slot
another ring for
receivers.
him. That's another ring waiting. Let him be 100% healthy. That's another ring waiting. Blaine Gabbert and Blake Bortles, I think one of them's got a ring with the 49ers.
Blake Bortles.
Yeah, that's another ring waiting. Blake was not bad. Matter of fact, Blake Bortles and Blaine Gabbert, they weren't bad quarterbacks. They just didn't get it. And
I mean, I was a fan of Blake Bortles when he was at UCF, and I thought that he was going to be one of the draft prospects for the Texans. Because I mean,
what was he? Jacksonville? I know Blaine Gabbert was at Jacksonville too. I think.
Yeah. He replaced Blaine Gabbert.
Right, and I think one of them, if not both of them, went to the 49ers as well.
Yes.
So they're decent quarterbacks. I think they would fit right now. They would at least compliment Zach
Blaine
Wilson.
Gabbert beat Colin Kaepernick in the starting position.
Yeah, they would fit with the Jets right now, and they would be a decent backup.
So what does that tell you about Kaepernick? If you lose your starting position to Blaine Gabbert,
because Kaepernick, I think his opinions was the biggest problem because he did go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then when Harbaugh left, he was mediocre at best.
That's what it is. Everything just.
His record was not the best when he left and before the kneeling and everything. It wasn't.
Nah, it was on the decline.
And we're just being real. He was 4-13.
It was on the decline.
Yes.
That ended up with Harbaugh being fired, and it still was worse. So so he got himself to blame for that.
Stephen A. called him all the way out. Other players have called him out.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
We just didn't like the circumstances of why they released him or whatever, but people need to get the whole story. So we covered that. I didn't want to go this far. My bad. I just wanted to.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
There's some great options for a quarterback to get in there, place Aaron Rodgers that won't cost him a significant penny, if you will. Somebody that'll just come and hold the place, which most people ain't going to do, but I think we know some players who will come out there for a little bit if you really wanted to play. And definitely the backup of Zach Wilson and Mike White, because Aaron Rodgers is out for the season. Just stop it. He's out. And matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers don't come back this season.
Nah. I think they said 8 to 12 months.
That Achilles is jacked.
But
He's not coming back.
Dudes, they want to get back out there. And I give you
as much as Aaron wants to.
Give you a Tua Tagovailoa as an example. His ass did not need to be back out there.
Nah, I think Aaron gonna sit that joint out. You are right though.
Yes,
you are right. That man got hit. That man came back.
Yeah,
he came back. You know what I mean? Some people got certain reasons to come back. Yeah,
somebody come in around some of that wave money real quick. They just want to get up there and get a damn ring, and they ain't worry about the money no more. Where you at? The Jets could use you. You saw the offense last week. I'd take this opportunity if I was you.
Oh, Mariota's with Philly.
He won't play this season. However, Jalen Hurts just had an interception tonight, so he may be popping up a little bit.
Oh my God!
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Or what about Tyler Huntley, the backup for Lamar Jackson?
I think he'll be sitting there because he'll be on the field soon.
Okay.
What if the Jets went after Lamar Jackson last year, like they were supposed to?
Lamar Jackson had leg injuries previously.
Right.
So I wouldn't. I would have been. He
Or
ain't
what about
100%.
Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton? I would deal with. I like Andy Dalton as quarterback.
No, that's not
That's
a
a
bad.
great
That's not a
option.
bad choice.
That's a great option. I like that.
Yeah.
That might be it. That might be it.
I'm not mad at that.
Right. Because he was
I'm
good
mad
in
at that.
Cincinnati. He
Yeah.
didn't look too good in New Orleans. That's because they knew what he was going to do. But right now, he would come to a loaded team. And Andy
Yeah.
Dalton's already got his money. All jokes aside, he's already got his money. He would come to a loaded team right now. I think he would fit. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're gonna wrap up because
Yeah, let's go.
some
I
of
ain't
us are gonna jump over to
Yeah, we already late. We 30 minutes late.
All About the Joy. I've been responding. I've been responding with half-baked answers.
Ain't jump over there yet.
Brian, where can we find you?
Snapchat at Thailander_F150.
Mr. B, where can we find you, sir?
New Year, same B at Mr. B 1986 on the app formerly known as Twitter. I am on an app called OK Live. Whenever you're interested in watching a fight, I will be there doing my best on commentary as we watch the fights. Other than that, I show up whenever one of these guys is gonna be out here doing something. I'll be there. I said, you know what I mean? I'll pop up during the fantasy football, Bell Kings, you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm chilling. Still waiting for my homie to hit me up and talk about, yo, we back to Cope's Corner, but we gotta wait and see, man. We looking for a big card.
You know what he got going on.
Yeah, I know what he got going on. So
You think 300? You think Bellator 300? You guys come back for that or no?
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that, or we look for the bigger card where, if not now, no later than John Jones fighting Stipe, 295.
Yes.
But we'll wait and see, man. We'll wait and see. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I got my joint on Wednesdays. The B sides of the fight game with your boy Mr. B. Yesterday's was a little late. I had a long day yesterday. But yeah, I got on though. Did my thing. But yeah.
You came on, your show started at 5:37. I said, what's going on? It's usually at 4 p.m.
Yeah. I had a long day.
Tony D, where can we find you, sir?
Where can we find you, Tony?
I ain't tired tonight. You can find me on TikTok, TONYTON1973. You can find me on Twitter, TONYTON163. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Rumble, Clapper. That's it right now. TONYTON72. You will see Bell Kings Fantasy Football League Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's the original schedule. Look for me around that time frame. You can see me as the random multi-broadcaster every now and then, coming up in here with music videos, current events, shouting people out, doing my own thing. You can catch me up here, Late Night Parents, my man Ted Hicks. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. You can find me on the Sunday Night Sport podcast with man Ace World, Sunday evenings, 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Ish, depending on what he has going on. Also, check out Nonsensical Nonsense. I haven't been up there for a minute because I've been on a different ship, but he's still doing his thing. He's also looking at expanding what he is doing as far as his broadcast. Glick, I'm on your ass. This ain't what you want. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you broadcast. I don't care who you talk to, and I don't care who's in your audience. I'm fucking with you. Congratulations. Keep it moving, man. Ain't nothing wrong, for real. Other than that, I'm all over the place with everybody. We're going to go watch Carmen. Shout out to all the fellow broadcasters who used to be on half.tv and half.co. Yeah, I said it again. Y'all know we had plans. Let's do this. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And we are out.
Peace, y'all.
Thank you to Fireman Rich, who
Here's Rich.
Been in the chat, keeping us in tune to what's happening with
The football game.
The Twitch game, the game on Twitch, the game on Amazon, and Fireman Rich. Great broadcast on Twitch. He's watching us on TV. You know, if you have a smart TV, You can download the Twitch app.
Yeah.
You can. I watch you guys on the big screen.
And then also too, like I could, other than having it on my PC, but also too, like, because I have Amazon Prime, I have like that Fire Stick on my TV. It's like I could just like look over, or I could just click over a tab, and watch the game that way too.
Yep.
But there's one name completely forgot.
This dude.
Teddy Bridgewater.
He was been there, done that. He was there already.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
You been the Jets?
He was with the
Yeah.
Jets, and then they traded him for like a 4th round pick because he was just sitting on the bench a couple of years
Wow.
ago. This is when Sam Darnold. I mean, when Darnold was there.
Bridgewater
Oh.
was there?
Yes,
Yeah. I remember he being in Miami and Minnesota.
he got traded to Minnesota
Wow.
from the Jets because he was sitting on the bench.
Bridgewater might fit. He might fit. He might fit. He might fit. Good call, Brian. Good call. He might
Yeah. Because because like I'm adjusting my lineups. I'm like, oh hey, what about this name?
fit. Bridgewater might fit. He might fit.
Yep.
All right, party people, we out.
We out.
All right, guys.